with gyms now getting the green light to reopen, we wanted to check in with the owner, Dennis Pondo, to see how things are going out there in Auburn Hills. Dennis, thank you so much for being with us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So, doors are reopening tomorrow. Have you been offering workouts outside during this time?
Yes. We've been offering ever since I think it was like the first week of June, when we were allowed to open up a little bit outdoors. We've been running classes pretty much like 2 times a day on like Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Been running stuff outside as much as we possibly can. And we've had people wanting more and more stuff, but as far as more and more class times and different things. But in order for us just to do things as safe as possible, we just kind of kept it to those 3 days a week, 2 classes a day, and we capped our classes at 10 people, just to make it as safe as we possibly could.
So, what's it going to look like at your gym tomorrow when you reopen?
It's going to be different. That's for sure. We're already doing now, even when we're doing things completely outside. Everybody that walks in um, has to have the mask on, number one, and then when they walk in the door, they have to sign a sheet. They have to take their temperature. They have to write down if they have any symptoms, and then they have to put their class time and date. Um, and before they come in, we actually have a online reservation service as well. So people have to reserve their classes before they come in, and then they have to fill out the sheet when they get there. And then I basically make sure that all my people that are registered on those and that are signing those sheets, that everything kind of you know coincide. So I make sure all the right thing. I'm getting right all the right information from people when they come in. But no, I mean, so far nobody's had a problem with it. Everyone's pretty happy to just go ahead and sign the thing, and we just ask people, if they're not feeling good, to stay home. But I think a lot of people they're just raring and ready to get back to the gym.
Oh, do you think you'll still offer some classes outdoors and then some indoors to be able to service more clients?
Yeah, I mean, our gym is set up. We have two big bay doors in the back of the gym. So the gym is pretty wide open as far as airflow goes. And then I've got three really big drum fans that I run to kind of circulate the air, pushing it all outside. So we kind of run classes right, that we'll run them once we open, and they'll be kind of like a half and half. So like they'll be doing a little bit of running outside. Anything that we can set up outside safely that's not going to damage our stuff, we'll definitely do outside while we can. Obviously, in living here in Michigan, the weather's about to take a turn on us, and it's going to make it a little bit harder. But as long as we're wearing masks inside, and keeping that 6 foot distance and stuff like that, I really don't see that much of a problem, because a lot of people, like I said, they're willing and ready to listen, to do whatever it is that they have to do, and so they can just get back to the gym. And I really think people definitely need it right now, desperately.
Dennis Pondo joining us. He is the owner and head coach at Michigan High Fit Athletics, joining us on the Oakland County MegaCast. Dennis, in regular times and now, especially the keeping your gym clean and making sure that your attendees are keeping the areas that they use clean is more critical than ever. What efforts are your team making at Michigan High Fit Athletics in order to maintain a clean environment as people circulate in and out? And what are you encouraging or requiring, better yet, of your attendees and your patrons?
Yeah, so like I was just saying a minute ago, I mean, when number one, people have to register for classes, so they have to register for each class that they come to. Because I have to cap a class, so classes are capped at a certain number, and if we reach that cap, we can't let anybody else in the building. So if you don't sign up and then you try to come to class, I can't have over a certain amount of people in that actual class. So that's the first thing they have to do when they walk in the door. They have to fill out a sheet that's basically uh, check their temperature, symptoms, and then which class that they're coming to, and then sign and date that, and then wear a mask as well. And then once they're in, as far as that goes, once they're in, they're pretty much in. And then from there, what we ask of them, and we have hand sanitizers all over the gym, and we ask them that, number one, when they finish anything that they're doing at the gym, don't bother with the hand sanitizer and actually go in and wash your hands, because the hand sanitizers only do so much. And then as far as cleaning goes, we have, I can't even tell you right now, 25, 30 bottle solutions around the gym. And then we basically change the cleaning towels out after each class. So right now, that's definitely, as far as budget goes, that's making it a little bit hard, because you're using so much stuff. And then the floors, we have a floor cleaning machine, and we basically clean the floor pretty much every single day. And because everything just it has to be clean. It has to be sanitized. And we want everyone to, number one, feel safe, and we want to make sure that everyone is safe, including us and our staff.
Dennis Pondo with us here on the Oakland County MegaCast. If we get a second surge in the fall, with which some experts are predicting, are you concerned that the gyms will be one of the first to close back down, since you were one of the last to be allowed to reopen?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know that there's many gyms or businesses out there that can take another financial hit like we did, because we're shut down. Some landlords have been, decent with people, but some are not. And the gym's closed, but the bills keep on coming. And as the winter months come here, you're still gonna have to heat your building. You got water. You got so much stuff involved, and then rent alone. So if your members aren't coming in, and you're not doing something to keep them happy or keep them going, I'm definitely worried that something like that, could happen again. And that's why we're trying to do the best that we can, at least in our four walls, to be able to keep it safe, so that so something like that for us hopefully doesn't happen, or doesn't start with us.
As a new business owner, how hard has this been for you to even keep the doors open at this point?
It's been hard. I have another business that I did more for just extra money, and now that's why I'm broadcasting to you right now from Battle Creek, Michigan, because I had to drive out here to do some stuff for another job that I have, in order to kind of pay some of the bills and keep the doors open, because we know that this is what we want to do, but we know this is just a bump in the road for us, and we have to manage, and we have to cope with it and get through it. We managed to keep a lot of our membership happy by just kind of shifting gears, and I borrowed out probably 60% of my gym when we closed out to everyone that we had as members. And then if you were to go on our Instagram or Facebook page during that whole shutdown, you'll see a workout for every single day of the week that basically was a video showing people exactly what to do with the equipment that we let them borrow. And that was just a way to kind of keep them going. And we've had a lot of people reach out and just say, thank you so much for keeping me sane through the 3 months that we really couldn't do anything, with just, being able to work out for that half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, so how important do you think it's been for you and other businesses to have that core client relationship in order to keep going?
Oh, it's extremely important. I'm blessed that I've been in this business for roughly 20 years, and since I've bounced around when I was younger, and at a couple of like the bigger box gyms, and I managed at Lifetime Fitness and stuff like that, and then I opened up a gym in another area, and then before coming to here, and from Lifetime to the other gym to here, I have multiple clients that have followed me to all of them, and it's upwards of 10 plus years that I've had a couple of a good handful of people, and they just continue to support, and they're just there. They're willing to do anything that they can do to help, because they believe in what we're doing, and they love how they feel when they're at the gym, and they don't want to see that, go away.
Dennis Pondo joining us. He's the owner and head coach at Michigan High Fit Athletics with us on the Oakland County Megacast. And with all the precautions that you're taking, there's even despite all that, there's still a chance that there could potentially be an outbreak started in any location, including at your gym. In the event that is the case, what is your team's plans to work through that?
Well, I mean, we would have to work with our, local city, and number one, just to have them, if something were to happen, reach out and get the most important people that we need in to figure out, what happened, and who has it, and just to make sure that whatever happens, it's contained as fast as possible. And if we have to shut down for a week or so or whatever it is, then that's what we would have to do. A week or two is nothing compared to what we had to go through. So if need be, in order to keep everybody safe, then if we have to shut down for whatever it is, then we would have to do that. And I'm imagining any other business would do the same, hopefully, just because everyone has to be safe. I mean, if it happens and you get it in the gym, or you get it in the grocery store, or you get it in the restaurant, and you don't do something, I mean, you're not helping it. That's for sure. And the reputation that you're definitely going to get from not closing down, and kind of putting it out there that you're just going to do what you need to do. And we would definitely do the right thing and shut down to keep everybody safe.
So Dennis, if I could shift focus for just a little bit, when I was on your Facebook page, I noticed that back in June, you and your organization ended your affiliation with CrossFit MHA. Can you tell us why you made that decision and what was behind that?
Well, there was a lot that went on in that course of a week when a lot of people left. One of the first emails that I had read was when the young lady from Rocket CrossFit at the time, she had sent the email to corporate, and in her email she had put that every time she explains her gym and her brand, she would always say that I'm not the typical CrossFit. And when I read that, I looked at my wife, and it rang a huge bell for us, because I used to explain it the exact same way. I loved CrossFit when it first came out, and it did a lot for a lot of people. But I was always one that's how I explained it. And then when a lot of the racial stuff came out from the owner, that's just not who we are. I mean, we are an equal opportunity. I mean, to the nines. We don't just discriminate one bit. And that's just, I was already questioning the brand as it is, just because of kind of where it's gone, and the flaunting, and it's just not what it used to be. It used to be a very family orientated type thing, and now I can't have kids coming in my building with guys in no shirts all the time, and girls with shorts that are so short. I can't have that stuff. And then when they started with some of the racist stuff, that's not a brand that I want to stand behind. So I'd go of that brand and be my own brand. And to be honest with you, since the moment I've let it go, I've done nothing but gain people from it.
Brandon Dennis Pondo with us. He's the owner and head coach of Michigan High Fit Athletics on the Oakland County Megacast, 89.3 WBLD Orchard Lake, 88.1 WBFH Bloomfield Hills. Just a few more minutes with you. Your signal's kind of going in and out here, so hopefully it comes back with us. I know that you do work with a lot of athletes, high school athletes, as well as college athletes. What lessons do you hope that they learn by participating in your gym?
Well, we do have a lot of athletes, and it's actually funny you asked that. I was just at someone's house the other day, and their son comes in, and they were just telling me, like, you don't understand the kind of the respect that the boys have for you. And I guess so in saying that, we train the boys for their sport, right, or for their general fitness or whatever it is, but we always try to do it in such a positive atmosphere that, you know, we want to lift these kids up, especially right now with everything that's gone on. They've had a lot of things taken from them as far as school goes and school sports, and some kids just weren't ready for that. You know, I mean, we weren't ready for that. So right now we are really focused on just really pumping these kids up and just making them you know, just trying to be more of like role models for them as well as we train them, and just, you know, get them to understand that, you know, this is kind of what life is all about. And, you know, sometimes I feel like a lot of kids growing up now, you know, life is a little bit different because of all the stuff that they have at the helm for them, but they're almost growing up so fast, but there's a lot of things that they don't understand, and that life can be pretty tough. And that's just something that, you know, we kind of go over with the boys and girls, and just try to get them to understand that, you know, nothing's easy, and you have to work for everything. And if you want to play basketball or baseball or whatever it is in these days, you got to work. And we kind of get that, you know, through to them. And then we try to get them to not only use that in their sport, but to use that in school and at home and just all over in life.
So, Dennis, watching the videos on your YouTube page as well as your social media pages, it's very intense, very high impact, energetic. If I'm someone who is just getting back into working out, it can seem a little intimidating. What would you suggest for people that want to come to your gym? Should they go ahead and jump in, or, you know, is this for the more elite athlete?
Not for the elite athlete. So if you were to come in, that's one thing you'll notice. I've been in this a long time, so I'm not just a coach. So I'm not just going to coach you if you're an athlete. I've got people that I've been training for so long that are not athletes at all. You know, I mean, it has nothing to do with that. So our main goal in everything that we do is to meet the member where they're at. That's our job, is to meet you where your fitness is at, and then to take you to where it is that you want to go. Right? That's what it should always be. We can modify anything that we're doing. We can modify, and we have all walks of life in the gym. I mean, our youngest right now is around 9 years old, and then we have probably 12 to 16 members that are in their 50s and 60s. So it definitely, do not look at it and think that you can't do any of it, because you can do all of it. It has to be modified to what you can do right now. That way, that number one, you're making the proper gains, progressions as to where you want to go. But yes, I mean, the gym, like I put on a lot of, I think that the gym is for everyone. It is. The gym is literally it's for all ages.
High energy and a lot of fun. It definitely looks like that with these boot camp style workouts. So, Dennis Pondo, just one last question for you before we let you go. Anything that you want the public to know? Do you want to share your location, and are you accepting new clients?
Yeah, we are absolutely accepting new clients, and we are right downtown Auburn Hills. We're at the corner of Squirrel and Auburn Road. So there's a bunch of apartment buildings going up, and we're kind of like smack in the middle of all that stuff going on there now. We are currently running a 20% off special for all of our open gym membership as well. And if anything I can say, just anyone out there, you know, that lives in the area, and really all over, just do your best to support the small businesses, because we definitely need it. We definitely got hit hard. And you'll notice if you come into my gym that we are a very close knit group, and we take care of each other, and there's no judgment. at all. It's a positive atmosphere, and I can guarantee you will walk out with your head held high every time you do, and you will feel absolutely fantastic.
Well, Dennis, thank you so much for being with us on the Oakland County MegaCast. A lot of times the hardest thing is just actually getting to the gym and working out, but once you do, it is a close community. So thank you so much. Check them out, Michigan High Fit Athletics, downtown Auburn Hills. Dennis Pondo is the owner and head coach.